people don't know, but you had been active and you fought up until about, what, like 2 years ago?
2018. Yep.
So you decided you're done, or were you 100% done, or were you just
100%.
100% done?
100%.
Walk me through this call. How do you get this call to fight Mike Tyson?
Well, one of his guys, Azim, calls McGee and tells McGee, my partner, to tell me to call. So I call Azim. Azim says, hey, Mike wants to do a comeback. He wants to do an exhibition, but he wants you to be his dance partner. Me? I said, yeah. I said, okay, well, let's see what we can work out. He said, yeah, we got a lot of different situations going on, but they want to do it in a different format, and they want to do it in a way that you and Michael are taken care of and everything is good. Well, that didn't turn out to be necessarily what the case was, but me being Roy Jones Jr. and us being in COVID, I'm like, you know what? 6 weeks, that's right around the corner. He ain't been fighting. I can get ready. I'm pretty sure I can get a little bit more ready than he can because he's been inactive a lot longer than I have.
Yeah. So
6 weeks, I know it's Mike Tyson. He's big as heck, and he's still Mike Tyson, and he still can punch. But 6 weeks, there's no way he can get prepared for this. So I said, you know what? I'll take that, and I jumped on it. Well, lo and behold, something happens, and they changed it.
Now, why did they change it? What was did they give a reason? They said something about marketing.
They told me something about marketing, but I don't really believe much of what was said. I mean, I just can't believe it, because we had a September 12th day. That was before football season started. Basketball may have started, but people at home with nothing to do, and that's why I was like, you know what? I wanted him when I was in my prime, so why not take him now? I mean, 6 weeks, that's easy. And they said, well, we got more attention than we expected to get, and this happened and that happened, so we want to move it. I'm like, man. So I was thinking about it, and Dean Toole, my guy, he posted something about the new date on my site. And when he did that, they was like, well, that means that you admitted that you agreed to it. I didn't, but okay. That's how it goes. I'll be that guy, I don't back out of nothing. It ain't like I'm scared of Mike Tyson because he's Mike Tyson. It's just that I know that in 6 weeks, he had no chance to deal with me. You understand me? In 12 weeks, well, he'll have a little bit better chance to deal with me, but his chance is still going to be rough, but it's going to be better than it would have been in 6 weeks because 6 weeks, he didn't have a chance. Now,
you get this phone call. Do you just immediately start training? And when you immediately start training, how are you ramping up for a fight like that?
It's like I heard Mike say something about when he started training, he was in the bed for a week.
Yeah.
I went in the bed for a week because I was going a lot already, but I was a sore person for a couple of days.
Did it feel good to say, oh, wow, I got a big fight coming up. I got a goal. We're back.
I was excited.
Yeah.
Because it's Mike Tyson. So it's like, in most cases, you'll say, yes, I got a big fight on the road coming, But this time I was like, you know what? You better get in a little shape because you are going in there with Mike Tyson.
Yeah,
and you don't know
Mike Tyson.
You don't know what Mike Tyson might come in there and do. You don't know if you got to protect your ears, your chin, your jaw. You don't know what he might do. So what you better do is get in shape and be prepared for whichever Mike shows up.
Yeah, when I read that it was going to be an exhibition, they weren't going to try and knock each other out, I went, the fuck out of here.
I mean, think about it. Oh, it's an exhibition, but we got 12-ounce gloves. But it's an exhibition. No headgear. Exhibition. Judges. I mean.
It's still Mike Tyson.
And exhibition.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson, who knocked Corey Sanders down in the first round of an exhibition back in 2004.
Correct.
So what is your definition of an exhibition? Because going in the ring with Mike Tyson has nothing exhibitionist about it.
No, he doesn't have that in him. When you watch him spar, his sparring was fights.
Nothing exhibitionish about it.
Yeah, they were fights. His sparring was fights.
Everything he does is a fight.
Yeah. Now, you said that he was always kind of on your radar, even back when you were the heavyweight champ, when you beat John Ruiz.
Mm-hmm. He was the only other person I would have fought as a heavyweight.
Really?
Because he was the youngest heavyweight champ ever. And to be honest, I probably was the lightest. I started lighter than anybody, only junior middleweight to ever go win the heavyweight title. So I was the smallest guy to ever come up and win the heavyweight title.
How much did you weigh when you fought Ruiz?
200.
200, yeah. Wow. And so did you think when you were getting ready to fight, what do you walk around at right now?
Now I'm heavier than I was then.
Really?
Yeah, now I walk around like 220 sometimes.
220?
I've been up to 220.
So do you feel good at 220? Would you like to be lighter
No,
when you fight him?
I'm at about 210 now. And this is where I want to be at.
Right there.
Hands fast as ever. Still a lot of mobility. Not too much weight on these knees. So I feel pretty good at 210. So I think I'm going to stay around this area.
But that's not much different than him, because when he was in his prime, he was about 215. I mean, he was a light heavyweight, you know, for a lighter, rather, heavyweight.
A light, explosive heavyweight.
Yeah, super.
Super explosive heavyweight.
Yeah,
So it's like size doesn't really matter with Mike. I mean, it mattered with Ruiz because I knew I was going to push a little bit in the hole. With Mike's size, don't really matter.
Now, when you decided to go up and fight Ruiz for the heavyweight title, did you think that was one and done? Or did you think, once I win that title, maybe I'll defend it a few times? Like, what was your thoughts getting ready for that fight?
So, as you know me, I'm a man of my word. I try to be. And I said I wanted to go do what Bob Fitzsimmons did, but I was going to add a little bit to it because I was also super middleweight champion, which was a division that wasn't around when Bob Fitzsimmons did this in 1896. Well, what Bob Fitzsimmons did was he won the middleweight title, the light heavyweight title, the heavyweight title, and then he recaptured the light heavyweight title. That's a big segment of the whole thing, recapturing the light heavyweight title. So if I go up and do what I did, win the heavyweight title, and don't recapture the light heavyweight title, I can't look you in your eyes and say I did what Bob Fitzsimmons did, because I didn't.
Right.
I did part of what he did, but the hardest part is to come back from heavyweight and recapture that light heavyweight title. That's why I came back and did it. But before I departed the heavyweight division, I would have fought Mike Tyson because of what I told you earlier. He was the youngest heavyweight champ of all times. To me, he was one of the most explosive, entertaining guys you want to see because you never know what he's going to do. And it's the same reason I'm going in with him right now, because he's explosive, entertaining, and you never know what he's going to do.
I mean, both of you were in that Nas song. You know that song?
Yeah.
The new Mike Tyson's
Yeah.
Roy Jones.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a line.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, very similar in that regard, that you both were so dominant over your divisions when you were in your prime that those fights were like executions.
Of course.
Why didn't that fight take place back then?
Because nobody ever saw me coming to heavyweight back then. And by the time I did it, he was already on his way out of boxing. He already had departed. So people say, I think they say someone told him that I was offered $40 million to fight Mike Tyson. No, I wasn't. If I was offered $40 million, we've been fighting. I mean, I tell people today, like, they always talk about, you know, what's going on with the zone and all these fighters. Listen, man, if I was in today's time and I was Roy Jones, the same Roy Jones I am, if they told me, Roy, we'll pay you $20 million per fight for 5 fights, we get to pick the opponents. I say, matter of fact, don't even worry about picking an opponent. Y'all call me, tell me what date I'm fighting, what weight I'm fighting at, and I don't care who it is. Just tell me when I'm fighting and what weight I need to be.
I believe it.
You understand me? That's who I am. So it's like when they talk about I would have fought, no. If they would have offered me $40 million to fight, if Mike would have just said, yeah, I would have fought him for whatever we fought for. That's how bad I wanted to fight him back then.
These people love to talk, though.
Yeah.
They just say a lot of stupid shit that
Yeah,
doesn't make sense. But that's people need something to talk about.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying I be wanting to clear it up because I
Yeah,
was not
I
offered
understand.
money to fight Mike back then. If I
Right.
would have, I would have fought Mike back then. I wanted to fight Mike. He's the only other heavyweight I would have fought. Everybody else, I was like, no, I'm not giving y'all the opportunity. First of all, I'm a small guy coming up to the heavyweight division.
Right.
I don't belong up here anyway. I just wanted to do what Bob Fitzsimmons did and prove I could do it or see if I could do it. Because Sugar Ray Robinson tried to go win the light heavyweight title and he passed out.
Yeah.
So he didn't win it.
Yeah.
So, of course, we always want to try or challenge ourselves. I want to see what the sky with the roof is. Can I win the heavyweight title? Am I really that good, as good as I think I am? Maybe I am. Let's find out.